Today is December 20th, 22. They started following me again today. Believe it or not. I go down to Walmart 62. Well, I start playing that video of where Eric confessed it's all him and not me. You know, and mocking these people on November 18, 22. It was all my idea to come up with it. It was all my idea to say it. It was all my idea to do it. Where the tapes before were all me and not her. Full confession. Full confession. Walmart 62. November 18, 22. Between 2 and 6 by the hair salon. They got a big old camera right above him. And one in the hair salon. My one friend's sheriff. He out of this area. He's like, your local police grabbed him, right? I said, I don't know. I told him where to pull it. He said, are they slow? They should have grabbed that guy. Okay. Well, he's in there. Ha, 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 ha. It was my idea to do the tapes before. I came up with it. It was all me and not her. Ha, 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 ha. And it was for all these people to turn on her, and they fell for it. And it was only me and all me. Ha! Sick jackass. I've been tortured. I literally curled up in a ball. Like this. And froze. I have been hurt on ungodly levels. And the guy's like, if it was only you, I could even take care. I know it's that bad. They still went along with it. And it was all me and not her. Ha! Mocking these people. Mocking them. Full confession. November 24, 22, between 2 and 6 p.m. in the hair salon. See, I went and got my hair done. They made a mistake the day before, and I had to come back for them to fix it. And he was out there mocking me, bragging, screaming it in Walmart. Okay? November 24th, 22, Mercy Medical in Canton. I got food poisoning on Thanksgiving. Got taken to the emergency room by ambulance because I was throwing up that hard. Okay? Okay? And the nurse goes to leave my room. Now, there's a lady officer outside my room. And I don't know if she's talking to her or another officer. Said, she walked out and she's like, no one will ever say a word to her again. It's that Eric making fun of all of us for falling for this. And nobody will say a word to her again. Okay? And the lady responds, well, the agent that bullied her into saying she was lying when she wasn't. She said, and I found out those men even ran experiments and they need it on her and they need to realize how not funny this is. And I told them she better not have permanent damage. Tape and audio in the emergency room. My phone's tapped too. It's sitting right by the door. Huh? And how bad this is, nobody's even ever said anything bad about her. And they need to realize that. Because the other ones got caught stating, like Sheriff John said, January 12th, 22, Walgreens North Main, stop goons at the door. What did those kids get caught stating? They made everything up. They're documenting me games of pretend. They wanted the house for Auntie Shaw and Papa and Grandma to get out, and then they were making everything up, all kinds of sick shit from that agent's family, having Melissa, my ex-daughter-in-law, make all that crazy crap up, and that's why Flora ratted them out October 23rd, 2019. Of course it never happened. Of course it wasn't true. We made it up. They're documented mean games of pretend, as the Massillon police said. Okay? Found innocent of everything. Even last year, Walgreens Massillon, in front of my other client, her family really did speak highly of her before. June 23rd to July 4th, by the paint on Walmart 62 of 21. What are these people talking about? She's never heard anybody. We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. 18. They came up to me in Walmart. Your family spoke highly of you before. They did. And FedEx, October 2023, investigator for we all know this woman's innocent. The June of 19, heavy-set white officer that said he went to Dave made a big statement. He was at CSE Bank in front of Lamar Sharp, Amar, Michael Baroswell and the other Michael that was security guards, Canton officers for CSE Bank. My security team was in the back. He was also in the back there, and they referred to him as officers. Now, he was also in front of the North Canton Jackson Police in May and June of 19. They told the North Canton Jackson Police, the worst thing you ever did wrong, honey, is bend over and probably we can wipe that one out. They only made fun of the back of my knees. Because they caught that old man showing up saying he was, for every idle word you tell on us, I'll turn it on you. I'm like, who are you? I woke up with a big bruise on my leg. He said, you tried to leave Dave. I'll list you a child molester. I'm like, who are you? How would you like to be in Walmart by Wood Forest and some idiot you've never met walk up and say that to you? You're like, freak? He's like, that bruise on your leg? Now I got a big bruise and I'm nauseous that morning. I've been throwing up. Okay? I use sodium pentothal. Now you lie under sodium pentothal and it's lethal and it's outlawed. It came out they were date rape drugging me. Okay? Said, you know what you told me? Now, I never talked to him before. He's admitting to breaking in my house, picking my bedroom lock, chemically kidnapping me, attempted murder, and then threatening me with being kidnapped and drugged up. I'm not in trouble for that. Okay? He said, you told me you were wearing this one nightgown, you accidentally bent over and they accidentally seen your butt once and you had a life of pain from it. I'm like, who are you? And I got away from him. I'm like, Dave, I got home, my house is legally bugged at that time. I'm like, Dave, I always wear the grandma nightgown, underwear, and a house coat when the grandkids were over. I know that. I said, leggings, sweater, and a house coat when the grandkids were over. I know that. I said, besides the grandma nightgown down to my knees and some laces I kept from you, all those other nightgowns, I just bought them last year. He's like, I know that. That man didn't know what he was talking about. But this was their plan. Like one of my guys, we found out some old ass was drugging up Karen before. See, they showed up and breaked it the first month. This was their plan. Okay? And then Eric laughing, they fell for it. The shower scene in the other room. And I told you about Edith, Oakland apartment, December 9th, 21. 4 p.m. They called him and told him everything was drugged and photoshopped. He went to the Canton police. White man bald with dark eyes distributing food, December 9th, 21 by 1 o'clock at the Stark County Hunger Task Force on 9th Street. There's only 4 or 5 volunteers. Canton found him. And he actually was one of my security guards during the case. He came out and said, we always knew the tapes before with them and not her, so we never said a word. I've never been questioned or wrongdoing. I've never been prosecuted. I've never been found guilty. I have nothing. They made everything up. Everything's a lie. And see, in their sick little minds, they thought they could tell people. They kicked in my door, which they did within the first 6 days. Okay? Because Dave he was so mad I wasn't dead. On the 3rd day, he hit me with a board in the face and went off and met the Looney Tunes. 3 days later, they kicked in my door to the wall. You can take the doorknob and line it up to the wall on 4490 John Thomas Ravenna. It's 10 miles out of town. Okay? That there's a patch the size of an orange. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting dizzy. I'm almost passing out, trying to mow the lawn. That's where the house before mine, the guy came over and said, I'm a nurse. I see you struggling. Now, I could mow Lennox like it was nothing. I couldn't figure out why I was getting dizzy and sick. I thought I was working too hard. I'm waking up with big bruises. You should have little bruises where you move stuff, but mine were big as oranges and grapefruits. They were beating me under drugs, as sick bastards. I woke up with hand marks embedded in my arms, a cut on my leg. I'm thinking, if Dave's beating me, why am I not waking up? Because they were date rape drugging me. If you put what date rape drug is injectable, it's ketamine, rufinol, propanol. It's called needling somebody. Within 60 seconds, you're sleepwalking for 4 to 6 hours. One of my coworkers, one of my jobs that I have, she had got roofied when she was out drinking with her friends. They said she started acting happy, crazy, going along with everything. She woke up in a puddle of pee. Some guy had raped her. She ended up having a son by him, and she don't know. So it's not that I don't love my son, but I don't remember. Okay. My neighbor Mike got roofied in the bar. He came up to me, I got a problem. I'm like, what's that? He's like, I don't know how I got home. I said, what do you remember? He said the second beer, and he's a big guy. And he had money in his pocket. He checked his bank. He had $80 in his pocket. He took 100 out. He took his stuff out to eat, took his stuff out to the bank, came home, changed his shoes. It wore off. He went back to that bar, and they let him watch the surveillance tape and audio. During the second beer, he started telling everybody his astronaut and acting crazy, and drove around high all night with no memory. You're sleepwalking chemically. It's not funny to do that to a human being. But they were playing me. They were playing with me. The little pawn. Kicking in my door, new girlfriends, family watching me. Why? Because I told you they want that money. And they only let me, they didn't attack me right away because they wanted that house done. They needed Josh to do the tile work, my son and me to help clean up. They needed the cameras for the outside. I only had 3 cameras. I had one at the outside front porch, outside back porch, and side yard. We didn't have cameras in the house. Not at all. And let's see. We had a septic tank put in, and I had to rake it from the back to the front. It took me a couple weeks moving all those loose rocks, and then raking it out flat, and then planting grass seeds, cleaning out the back canopy area where there's broken bottles and cans and stuff so the kids wouldn't get cut up. They let me do it and set up Dave's tools and everything. It took me a couple months. As soon as I got it done, they attacked again. Where he had tried to kill me because he wanted Katie, where she owns a dairy farm, okay? And he thought he'd just get rid of me. Because I'll tell you what, ladies, my ex-husband, I loved him with all my heart. All my heart. My feelings were honest, but a man that if you make him mad will beat you and then be good to you for a year, they're not really sorry. They don't want you to tell the police on them. That's it. They're not really sorry. It's a way of control. And when they're done with you, you're disposable enough, they'll beat on you. They're disposable enough. They'll kill you if they think they can get an easier life. He thought he was going to get that dairy farm. Okay? Katie owns a dairy farm, cows, horses, land. He thought he was going to have an easy life. Just has to get rid of me so you don't have to pay alimony. Could retire. But she was she's with my brother-in-law. That's why she never remarried. Okay. So when he meets Michelle in the store, because you got to think, we haven't been up there 3 days. We didn't know anybody. We're in a whole new area. We live 10 miles out of town. He goes into a town that he knows nobody and asks him to kill me. The agent out of his area. Retired Judge Pete and their dirty friends. You know these people that are doing this to me are 60 plus. Trying to set up their retirement funds for them and their family. I want you to realize that. These are senior citizens basically doing this in their dirty families. And they're thinking, he wants to kill her. Another witness protection program, honey. You want to have her finish up the house and do all the work for you? Sure, we can wait a couple months. So they kick in the door, they start date rape, drugging me to get ready to terrorize me. And then when I got the last of the flower beds done, then they cost me that job. When they start, we're going to get, all these people, Vega's involved, not hanging up with Terry. Yeah, and that it was Keith Bishop Strange and Ron taking up the $25,000 from where they had those attempts. And let's see, the guy that tried to kidnap me, tried to carjack me, threatened to knife me at Giant Eagle, shows up, and yeah. I want you to realize that it was all the plan the whole time. It's that witness protection program, honey. That's why they waited. That's why they played with me. Because they could have just broken and killed me. Threw my body in the field and say, Mr. Hall, some serial killer killed your wife. But no, they needed me alive for that money. They needed me alive for that money. And that's why Dave made the comment, my girlfriend's rich and powerful, her family owns the police. Yeah. I gotta get going. and where Katie's breaking in the mall to 3 people that their church is going to have me killed. I realized how stupid was I. So I called the FBI because he's waiting for me to call that hotline so he can grab it out of his area. So he can bully me into a false statement. But he wants to open that case. Because everything's been about the $300,000 he stole from my case alone. And every month I'm alive, he gets $5,000 to $10,000. I've told the headquarters this and the Department of Justice. See, once they put you in the witness protection program, you have diplomatic immunity, so they can't try to pull shit. The people that you tell on. And you have it for life. And then you get the money to expect $60,000 a year. You get housing, get living expenses. And the only thing I got was police protected custody at home. A lot of the Canton police inside security in Walmart help watch me. They'll mention it. I'm the officer you've seen to at night. Starr County Sheriffs, are you interested in working carrying around the house? Told you, Lamar Sharp, MR, Michael Broswell, and the other Michael that worked at CSE Bank knew that I had my private security in the back of the bank for being an FBI informant. You can never get out because someone can also try to kill you. I am supposed to have somebody follow me around to make sure I'm all right and then attack somebody if they try for the rest of my life. I gotta go.